What's up, everybody? Max here with the Landfather YouTube channel. Today is a fun day because my new skid steer grapple is about to be delivered. So let's go get the pallet forks on the Coyote and go get it out of the truck. So the truck's not quite here yet, but I'm really excited. I knew how much I like the grapple on this Coyote tractor I'm sitting on, which I just did a review about, by the way. I knew I was going to want one for my skid steer and did some shopping, and I ended up ordering a Skid Pro Extreme Duty skeleton grapple. They seem to be really well engineered, and their customer service was really good. Rep I was working with was super good. His name's Randy. Shout out Randy. And I kind of started to understand some of their ethos of how they design their equipment, and I decided this is probably a company I want to do some business with. So I ordered one a couple days ago, and it's actually showing up right now. That's fine with me. Well, here it is. Skid Pro Extreme Duty Skeleton Grapple. Let's get it unboxed or unpackaged or unpalleted or whatever the right word for that is. Let's take a look at it. All right, well, let's see what we got here. It's an interesting way to package it. There she is. Yeehaw. This is a big grapple. This is the 84-inch Extreme Duty skeleton grapple. I didn't expect it to be small, but it is bigger than I thought, which is good. It's a good thing. All right, let's finish getting it out of the packaging here. I may have not done myself any favors with the orientation, and then I'm gonna have to leave it on the pallet, pick it up and turn it around, and then be able to get at the quick attach back here. I may go ahead and do that, actually. All right, well, I guess let's get some of this banding cut off. They're like tent poles. Not really sure if these little rods are worth saving. I will say, ever since I got a welder, I've been looking at scrap pieces of metal all different. You know, what can I stick together and what can I make something out of, or what could some piece of metal ended up being useful for. Got some cutters. Let's go ahead and get this band taken off of here. There we go. Undo these zip ties. All right, I think that's pretty much unpacked. So I'm going to walk around and highlight a few of the features that led me to choosing this unit. So one of the reasons I went with Skid Pro over, there's a lot of people that make skid steer grapples. I looked into how they design them and how they build them, and I was really impressed. So all these tines are 1/2-inch steel. They're all gusseted for the teeth. This is all 1/2-inch steel. A lot of grapples don't have hydraulic cylinder guards like that, and I thought that was a really good idea. Additionally, one of the other things I like is all of the hoses are routed internally, which probably does make repairing them much more of a pain, but probably means the likelihood you have to repair them is much lower. Hoses are a common failure point for these types of equipment, and I think having them inside makes a lot of sense. The other thing I was looking for was greasable zerks on the rotating pivots. For instance, the grapple I have for my Coyote, which is a cheaper grapple, does not have any greasable pivot points, but all of these have zerks on them. And from what I understand, that's the indication of something that's made well and is built to last. I went with dual cylinders instead of a clamshell because I like the ability to grab irregular things a little bit more and have, one side clamp down on something if this side was up here. For instance, like a root ball that's not balanced. That's why I went with dual cylinders. It is kind of the standard thing. I was considering doing a clamshell grapple like I have for my, like I have for this tractor, but after having bent them in the past, bent that one in the past, I had some trepidation about choosing that kind of style. So everything looks really good. I don't really know what's going on here. Oh, it's just some sort of, looks like there's some water dripping on it at some point. The welds look strong. They're maybe not the prettiest welds I've ever seen, but they all look to have good penetration. And I mean, this thing is just a beast, dude. This thing is 960 pounds, which is a lot of weight. And, you'd never really want to run a grapple like this on a tractor like this, in that it eats up way too much of your operating capacity just in the weight of the grapple. The operating capacity of the 333G I'm putting this on the front of is like 3,700 pounds. So you still have, and that's 35% of the tipping load. So you still have a huge amount of lift capacity. And I would rather this be built really tough and weigh a little bit more than be, have something I'd be worried about tearing up and abusing. So I think it's going to be a really awesome thing. I've got my skid steer with the mulch head on it on a trailer right now, which is why I use the tractor to go get this out of the truck. I'm going to drop the pallet forks, pick this up, and then go put it over where I keep the rest of my implements. And hopefully going to put it to use this weekend, getting some firewood logs cut up and stacked. And we'll see how it does with that. But I'm really happy with it so far. Just the walk around definitely passes the eye test. I think it looks cool. I think it's going to look really cool on the front of my machine. So pricing. So this grapple was like right at $4,300 or $4,400 delivered, which was more expensive than some of the other grapples I was looking at. I'm really kind of a believer in buy once, cry once. And this seemed like the right solution for that. It has 8-inch tine spacing on the bottom, and these upturned tines. So you can let this thing kind of float along the ground without digging into too bad and scoop up any sort of debris you'd be using a grapple for. And I think it should do a pretty good job of that. That looks hilarious. It's so oversized for that tractor. Glad that's not the grapple I bought to use on this thing, because that would be a little ridiculous. It also doesn't have the right couplers on it, so it's not like I can hook it up and see if it works to this one, but I'll get the skid off the trailer in the next couple of days and play with it this weekend. I'm going to go dump it where the rest of the attachments go, and I'm really happy with it so far. Time will tell. What kind of grapples do you guys use for your equipment? I'm kind of curious. I always like understanding how different people make different decisions. I think this one's going to be a real good one. I'm excited to put it to the test, and I want to do kind of after I get some use on it and show you what it can do and show you what that machine can do with it. I'm very pleased. Well, that's pretty much it for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. If you could, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me about your grapples. Tell me about anything else you want to talk about, skid steer stuff. I love it. It's fun for me. And they're just really impressive machines, and I'm really excited about learning more about them and using them more. The capabilities a machine like that give you is pretty awe-inspiring, and it really is amazing how much work you can get done and the amount of time you can get it done in. And that grapple is just going to help. Tools like that are force multipliers. They fold your time and help you to get more done quicker. Excited to use it this weekend. I'm going to make a big old pile of firewood logs and then start processing it, because, man, I tell you what, I am turbocharged through some wood right now. I've already burned a little over 2 totes, so 2/3 of a cord, and I'll probably be done with a full cord by week after next, maybe. So I got to fill the totes back up, and I got a bunch more I bought the other day. I want to have 2 years worth of wood. That's the goal for the next couple of weeks. And thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe. A lot more good stuff coming. And if you guys own anything from Skid Pro, let me know how the durability's been. I was really impressed with through the buying process, and hopefully through the using process, but you never know. So thanks very much. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you on the next video.